Alright, we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. What do? We can't escape Earth. There's only one solution. That's right, build a vehicle to get us away from the zombie apocalypse. So let's build one in Lego, right? Alright, now, these are going to be our two minifigures that we're actually going to build this apocalypse van for. So first on the left we've got this guy, and on the right we got a girl. Now for the design, I went pretty simple. I wanted to give them like fairly simple clothes, but at the same time look a bit militaristic, like they're kind of like civilians, but they're not. Alright, now we're actually going to need a bunch of parts that are very important to actually implement into this vehicle so it's actually useful, such as weapons, as you can see here. We've got a sword, a little gun, machete. These will be helpful to attacking the monsters. We've got some communications like a radio and a satellite will be help to communicate with the outside world, which is very important in the apocalypse situation. We got some repair stuff because we might need to repair our vehicle if it gets damaged. And then finally, of course, we're gonna need an engine because that's pretty important. How else is our car gonna move without it? And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good quality engine, I must say. It's gonna keep us running for at least a couple years. So now we've got all our parts sorted. Now we just have to work on the base. So I've already got a base here, as you can see. I built this, and I'm hopefully gonna work off it. And see, it's a pretty sturdy base. It's pretty wide. This is about gonna be like a 10 wide build. You see, it's basically about a grey. I've kind of built it really chunky, that way it looks more like militaristic and like it suits our apocalypse feel. This is the back with a little exhaust, and I've already put studs everywhere because I kind of got an idea what I want to do. But I'm going to try and build off this base layer that I made because I think it looks good and I think it'll work and we can just go along with it. Alright, I actually took out one of the corner pieces and put it in with this stud, you can see, because I wanted to implement a spare tire in the vehicle because it'd been pretty important, because I feel like this car would probably lose a tire eventually. So I kind of just put it on the angle, I kind of squished it in there, and I'm going to use some illegal building techniques to make this work. But for now, it's looking good and I think it's in a good position. Alright, so here we have all the parts I've laid out that I'm hopefully going to use for the actual driver's seat area on the front. You see, we've got a windshield, we've got some seats, we got steering wheels and the communications and some stuff for the front lights. And now I'm going to put these on and start building the actual front of the car and the driver's seat. Alright, so here's a little progress on the front. As you can see, I've got the interior working and I got the front wheel shield. So we're just going to finish up this front little part for the actual car. As you can see, we've got the front lights and the grille, and I think this is going to look good. It's going to make like a curving shape. Let's just put it on, and that's looking nice. We got some indicator lights and a little turret on the side as well. I think this is coming along pretty nicely, and you can see a little glimpse on the inside and the controls on the steering. Alright, now that we've finished the front, which I'll give you a little detail and sooner, we're currently working on the living area. Because if we're gonna be in there for a while, you need to actually be able to live comfortably inside our vehicle. So I'm trying to test out a couple things that work next to this drawer. And I eventually, even though the radio I want to put it in there somewhere, it doesn't work, but I eventually settle for this wardrobe, which we will use. Alright, now we made massive progress. We've nearly finished this thing. As you can see, the front's got a nice little grille now. I've added some detail on the front, and I've now finished the back. You can see I've added like this crossbar on the windows and added some wooden planks to make it look like it's boarded up. Now in the interior, it's looking much more futuristic than the outside. I wanted to give like a contrast between inside and outside. You see, you got the couching area, lounging, nice area, and then behind it we have the engine we put in and the tools and equipment. So that's like the middle part is like the relaxing area, the back part is where they get the serious work done. I think it looks really good. Now all we have to do is build a roof. As you can see, there's a little chair down there so you can work on there. I think that looks really good. I think we're done here, so let's just build a roof. Alright, here it is. It is the completed roof for our zombie apocalypse vehicle. I think it turned out really well, as you can see. So I used a bunch of different building techniques. I used this sideways building technique to get this little doors, you can see, with the gun hanging out. It's like a gunner's seat. There's a ladder you can climb up. You go through this window piece. I think that turned out really nicely. There's an antenna, a horn, and a satellite dish. I like the colors. I think they looked really good now, and they kind of complement the rest of the build. And I think overall this looks really nice, especially the spoiler at the back. I like the spoiler that I put on the roof. I think it turned out really good, and it kind of works with the rest of the roof. And now this is what it looks like with actually one of the people in it. So I put her in the gunner's seat at the top. So now she can shoot the zombies while staying inside the car, and I think it's a really good and effective way to deal with the zombies while on the move. Now here it is all together and assembled. Now we're done, and I think it looks amazing.